Verismo is an Italian word that means true, or represents realism. And Verismo was a literary and operatic movement in the late 19th century, early 20th century, that was a reaction to the romantic literary and operatic movements that came just before. So in the Romantic period in literature and in opera, the subject matter was oftentimes nobility, aristocratic people, sometimes even mythological characters and such. Operatically, in the Romantic period, which was really dominated by the bel canto operas of composers like Rossini, Bellini, and Donizetti, the music was very florid, and the voice was used as an expressive instrument that reached the highest notes of the voice, the lowest notes of the voice, melismas, coloratura, and colors within that. But when we talk about the Verismo period, it's post-romantic as a reaction against all of that floridness in the Romantic period. And what ends up happening is now the stories in Verismo are more about the poor people, the people that maybe you might know as neighbors or friends, or perhaps even yourself. So instead of the aristocracy that was being championed in the Romantic period, now Verismo is about the common people and the very dramatic situations that they live through on a daily basis, that their audiences could relate to in some way. So the vocal style of Verismo is less florid and show-offy as the bel canto period was. And you find a more declamatory style in the singing, which sort of mimics a little bit more of speech. We go away from this idea of sort of splitting arias, solo arias, up into recitative followed by arias. And instead, what we get is more of a through composition from beginning to end. And the purpose of this, because we want everything to seem real, and we don't want to interrupt the storytelling, is that basically the drama keeps going. And while there are arias in Verismo operas that can be taken out of context and be sung alone, generally what happens is that the arias just simply come out of the drama of the scene within the opera, so that the storytelling is not interrupted. Verismo operas were written by composers such as Mascagni, and who wrote Cavalleria Rusticana, and Giordano, who wrote Andrea Chenier, Leoncavallo, who wrote Pagliacci. These are great Verismo operas that'll make you cry.